welcome to Scooped, the ice cream review podcast where we try all the cone creations, signature slushes, and frozen foods on the East Coast to give you the ultimate scoop. My name is Holly Hagman, and with me is my co-host, husband, and ice cream connoisseur, Paul Percivali. Paul, what happens when an ice cream cone gets angry? It has a meltdown.
That's a pretty good one.
That was a good one? You like that one?
Yeah, I like that one.
Thank you. I'm here all week.
Yes, I hope so. Because where are you going to go?
In our last episode, we reviewed Rita's, which we placed at the B tier level. And for this episode, we are reviewing a Jersey Shore Italian ice shop with architectural interest, Strollo's Lighthouse, aka The Lighthouse, aka Strollo's. It goes by many names, but their Instagram says Strollo's Lighthouse, so that is what I'm going with.
And where did these other names come from? Were they from, like, the website?
These are just what people have referenced them to me. Like, I've heard people say, oh, you gotta try Strollo's, and I've heard people say you have to try The Lighthouse, and guess what? They're the same place.
Oh, okay. Did you know that in the beginning?
No, I was very confused.
Oh, okay.
In fact. But they are, in fact, the same location. Well, there's 5 locations, but the same franchise.
Right. Okay.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you for helping me while I was struggling with words.
Right. Definitely, like I'm doing right now.
Yeah.
All right.
So
there are 5 locations, you say?
Yes, and we're going to go through the whole story of how they came to be, because you know how we always read the About section of the website?
Right.
This one's
a doozy.
A doozy. It's a long one.
Yeah.
So strap in, get ready. Something else to just note before we start their About section is that Strollo's Lighthouse originated the concept of dispensing homemade Italian ice through a soft serve machine.
Yes, it's really interesting.
It's so pretty. It makes everything aesthetically really pleasing and we'll include obviously our pictures.
Yeah,
but it's visually striking.
Yes, the closest thing I could compare them to is washing machines that dispense ice cream. Because that's basically what they look like.
I mean, they look like what they are. They really look like Slurpee machines at like a convenience store.
I don't really go to Slurpee or slushy machine, so I don't really know what they look like.
Well, but anyway. So we're going to learn now about Strollo's Lighthouse, and it is quite the story, so strap in, get ready. Paul, take it away.
All right. So let's see. In the 30s, Long Branch, New Jersey was the destination for vacationers from Washington, D.C., to Philadelphia, to New York City. The Jersey Shore, or simply the Shore, quotation marks, has been a bustling summer hotspot for families, food, and fun. One of the most sought-after treats on the boardwalk was Italian ice. Interesting. I wonder why Italian ice in particular, unless that's just what they're saying.
I mean, probably because it's cold and refreshing when you're out in the hot sun. You know what I mean? Like, ice cream's great, but sometimes the dairy can not, linger.
Oh, yeah, I mean, trust me, I know what you're talking about.
I think that, ice is more refreshing and, a cooling experience.
I would 100% agree. Sometimes ice cream, traditional ice cream, comes up the works.
Right.
And Italian ice kind of just gives you that little bit of an energy boost and cools you down real quick.
Definitely. Pause before we continue. Quick question.
Yes.
That place with the sand and the water and the sun and swimming and stuff, what do you call it?
The beach?
Okay, just checking. So many people, it's like a New Jersey thing. So many people say, I'm going to the shore. Hence why it's in the story like this. I've never in my life called it the shore. I've been born and raised in New Jersey. It's always been the beach. I don't know where these people are from. I don't know. It doesn't make sense. It
sounds like they were probably one of those MTV Jersey Shore pieces of crap people who were probably expouting that slang.
I don't know. It's weird to me. But yeah, a lot of people say we're going down the shore instead of we're going to the beach.
Yeah, I've never said that before, and I never planned to say that.
Me either, man. But anywho... we can continue now that that's been sorted.
All right. One of the most sought-after treats on the boardwalk was the Italian ice, as we've said, and the best around was found in Tony Strollo's bus. Strollo's bus. So was he selling ice cream out of a bus?
From my understanding, Tony Strollo was selling Italian ice out of a bus at the beginning of this journey.
Mm-hmm.
Let's continue.
Okay. So, let's see. Tony Strollo... Oh, now I'm thinking about it. It's very similar to Carvel. I wonder if he took like a page out of his book.
And it's right around the same time.
Oh, really?
Because it says this is happening in the 30s, right?
Right.
And we learned in the Carvel thing that all of this started in 1929 with Carvel.
Maybe
so
he's like taking a page out of his book.
It's like right happening... Well, I think they were happening simultaneously, but in different places.
It also seems like the bus kind of selling model seems to be coming back a little bit, particularly like with that new coffee place that's by the water.
Yes. Folks, if you're ever in Union Beach from Friday to Tuesday from 7 to 1 p.m., this is oddly specific, but you should check out Open Road Coffee. They're delicious and they have a unique
selling model.
selling model. They also just have really good coffee, and fun flavors that they have weekly rotating specials.
Yes, they have also some refresher drinks.
Yeah, they have iced teas, lemonades, refreshers, coffees, and they apparently scones, but they were out of scones when we went.
Pity. So. Anyway, Tony Strollo brought his family recipe from Italy to Long Branch as a child. He made it in his garage and hauled it to the beachfront in an old bus he converted. Dude was making his own ice.
Mm-hmm.
How does one make ice on their own? Do you have any idea?
I don't know. Looked into it? I don't know how to make Italian ice.
I'd have to look into that. I'm very curious.
I mean, but this man, Tony Strollo, how much more Italian sounding?
Pretty Italian.
Can you get, right? This man came from Italy with his Italian ice recipe, and if you look at what else he sells in the story, it's like a very stereotypical Italian restaurant in a bus, basically.
We'll find out how to make Italian ice homemade, and then we'll talk about it in the next Italian ice place that we review. So, for decades, like Holly alluded to, Strollo's meatball and sausage sandwiches, hot dogs, and his homemade Italian ice were part of the fabric of summers at the shore. Mm-hmm. When families came to Long Branch, they splashed in the Atlantic Ocean, tanned on the beaches, and had at least one of Strollo's lemon ices. Tony passed his secrets along to his son Ray, who carried on the family tradition in the 70s. You know what? Sometimes I be inclined to think that someone is making a story about how they passed their secrets, but they definitely got some secrets there, and I'm interested how they make their Italian ice so good.
Yeah, I don't know how to... It boggles the mind.
Yeah, spoilers, but they have really good Italian ice over there.
It's really good.
Some of the highest quality that I've ever had.
Agreed.
Anyway, in 1976, Ray opened his first store and called it Strollo's Lighthouse.
So we've graduated from the bus now to a store.
Alright. So that's the store. Was the first store actually in a lighthouse? I know one of them eventually is in a lighthouse, right?
It's the building has a lighthouse on it. It's not a converted... I don't think it's a converted lighthouse.
Oh, I thought it was a converted lighthouse.
That'd be cool.
That would be really cool.
But I don't think it is. But I don't know. This is the first one's in Long Branch, and we'll have to find a photo of the building and see what we can see.
Yeah, we'll place it here. So, Tony... In 1976, Ray opened his first store and called it Strollo's Lighthouse. The high demand for Ray to find a way to make more of his homemade Italian ice without losing any of the great flavor. Forced him to. He recruited a friend in the soft-serve Italian ice business, and together they came up with the means to stay true to the recipe, make it as a liquid, and have it stream out of a soft-serve machine with brilliant results.
So that's what happened. Basically, Ray found whatever friend who remains nameless in here, who was a soft serve guy. That was his contribution. So they make the liquid form of the Italian ice, put it in the machine, and then it dispenses through the soft serve.
But it also has a little bit of soft serve in it, right?
Mm-mm.
No?
That's what it just... Read what it said. Stay true to the recipe, make it a liquid, have it stream out of a soft serve machine.
Alright, I read it wrong. I thought it meant like they were making a hybrid.
Well, in a way, they're taking it... They're using the machine and making it a soft serve thing. You gotta stop yawning.
I'm tired. I'm editing too much and I have a lot to do before I go back to work. Alright.
Oh my goodness. Bonus points if you guys comment every time Paul yawns.
I don't want to know. Their ingenuity produced a very consistent product that could be made much faster than by the way of old scoop method. Okay. Ray then added orange, cherry, and chocolate to go along with the traditional lemon, and Strollo's Lighthouse soon became more popular than ever. And, their orange and, well, I didn't try the chocolate.
Me either.
That orange is something else.
We'll get to the tasting later, but there are certain flavors that it says on their website that they use only all natural ingredients. Like, most of the stuff is all natural ingredients, right? But there's no such thing as a blue raspberry. We talked about this.
Yes.
In many episodes, right? So that one's obviously got some artificial flavor in there. But, like...
Blue SIBO.
The orange and lemon, for sure, are fully natural flavors. And it was like eating an orange out of the fridge. It was crazy how accurate it was.
Yes, I was very surprised about that. It legitimately left, like, the aftertaste of an orange in my mouth when I had it. I really wish we... God damn it.
That's at least 2.
That's at least 2.
Since we started counting.
Anyway, I really wish that I went and tried the lemon.
Yeah, now I feel like, especially knowing that was the first flavor now.
Yeah,
I feel like we need to go back and taste test the lemon ice as well.
Yeah, we definitely missed out a little bit. But the pistachio looked good.
Yeah.
But we'll get to the pistachio.
We'll get to the crazy flavors we tried. But continuing on the story. So now they're in the storefront, they add some new flavors, and we're going to start growing.
Yes. To staff his growing store, Ray hired his nephew to man the counter. Little did Ray know... Oh, I thought his nephew's name was Little for a second. So, little did Ray know that his 13-year-old nephew, Jimmy Calano, would eventually take the Strollo tradition to the next level. In 1987, Jimmy and his cousin brought the original Lighthouse location in Long Branch... Bought the original Lighthouse location in Long Branch from their Uncle Ray. Jimmy then went on to take sole ownership of that location, added more than a dozen flavors, and set his sights on something even bigger. Alright, so, yeah, this kid seems to know, like, what's what.
Yeah, so it's weird. It's like it passed from father to son,
to nephew. They're keeping it all in the family.
It's in the family, and then here's where we get a little bit of a stray.
Okay.
But it's not a huge one.
Alright, so Jimmy's lifelong best friend, Kevin Valerio, and there's some Italian names.
These are Italian ice people, okay? We're at the Jersey Shore.
I could see that. So, Kevin Valerio started working for Jimmy when he was 13 years old. In 1995, Jimmy asked Kevin to officially join the Lighthouse family as a partner in the Red Bank location. That's one of the ones we have been to.
Yes.
Then, in 2008, Jimmy sold his half of the Red Bank location to Kevin, making it the first franchise store. Wow, okay.
So Kevin fully owns the Red Bank one on his own at this point in the story.
Alright. So Kevin, alright, the friend. Yep. Not related by blood.
Right.
But by ice cream.
Correct.
Okay.
The best way to be related.
Yes. Kevin then added to the Strollo Lighthouse family by opening up his second franchise location in Belford.
Which is also where we've been.
Yes, we went there yesterday. Making it a total of 5 Strollo Lighthouse locations. The 5 of them being Long Branch, Red Bank, West End, Point Pleasant Beach, and Belford.
However...
Oh, okay.
Continue.
However, I thought you were going to interject something.
No, however, we learned more about... So those were the 5, and then something happened to one of them, and then a new one opens, but you'll see.
Okay. After 25 years of making beautiful family memories, the Point Pleasant beach location closed at the end of 2023. Sadness.
Mm-hmm.
In the spring of 2024, a new location will open in Ocean, making the current locations Long Branch, Red Bank, West End, Belford, and Ocean.
The end.
Well, for now.
Oh yeah, that's the whole story from their website. Like, that's the whole thing. The history of Strollo's Lighthouse from when it was a bus on the Long Branch Boardwalk to the fact that it's in 5 different shore towns now.
Do you have any idea what happened to the Point Pleasant location?
It just closed.
I
don't know. It didn't explain why exactly.
There's a lot of competition over there.
I was going to say Point Pleasant Beach is packed with ice cream shops.
That's what I was going to say.
Not to say anything about Strollo's, it's delightful and it's really good, and we'll get to the pricing and stuff later, but it was fairly reasonable as well for what you get.
But there's some crazy places over there.
Right.
We're going to have to go down there and just
spend a weekend eating ice cream.
Yeah, just spend a whole weekend eeating ice cream. My bones are going to hurt after that.
I mean, there are worse ways to die.
Sure. Right.
But something we learned, so we went yesterday at the time of us recording this podcast. We have been to a Strollo's in the last 24 hours.
Yes.
And while we were there, we learned a few things. We talked to the employee to, first of all, ask, because when we got there, we saw, once again, our dreaded cash-only sign.
Yes.
That has become the bane of our existence. However, the good news is they had an ATM, and then we took money out of the ATM, and then it turns out we had enough cash to begin with because it wasn't that expensive.
Yeah, the ATM was very hidden, by the way. It looked like, I don't know, it looked like it would have dispersed a hose or something for, like, hosing down the side of the store. Yeah, it looked like
it was part of it, because it had all their branding on it, and it looked like it was just part of the building.
The frame of the building.
So I didn't know what was happening, but anywho, so we get money from the ATM, which we didn't end up needing. So now we have money. Yay, us.
I mean, we'd have to, dig up, 25 cents or something.
That wouldn't have been the end of the world.
Okay.
But when we were there, because of the cash-only thing, and after what we learned at Ralph's, we asked them, you guys open all year long? And the employee said no. They are a seasonal location. However, their season is longer than Rita's, which we just did in our previous episode.
Uh-huh.
Rita's closes mid-September. Strollo's is open March, same time Rita's opens. So March to mid-October is what the employee said. So
March
a little bit longer.
Okay.
They'll stay open. But something unique about the location we specifically went to yesterday is that the Belford location of Strollo's Lighthouse used to be a different ice cream shop altogether.
Okay. Which one was it?
It used to be called Anna's Homemade Italian Ice and Ice Cream.
Anna's.
And, she sold it to the Strollo's family. I guess actually technically to Kevin, because Kevin added the Belford location.
Uh-huh.
So I guess Anna sold it to Kevin in 2017.
Okay.
And then it opened shortly after for the 2018 season.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with Anna's.
Me either. I'd never heard of it. But apparently it was open in that same building, and there was a whole nice little blurb on their Facebook page, on the Anna's Homemade Ice Facebook page, about how we know that the Lighthouse people will continue using quality ingredients. It was a really nice little thing. I'll pull it up.
Did they have any other locations, or was that the only one?
I think that was the only one.
Oh, so they're just gone.
Yeah.
Oh. Type F to pay respects.
I don't know what that means. You've said it now twice in our podcast.
Alright, I don't know, where the origination comes from, but it's just you type F. People comment the word F or type it in chat, and it's to pay respects.
Huh.
Like, so you pray to pay respects.
But why is it F?
I don't know. It doesn't even look like anything. Like, I'm doing it with my fingers. It doesn't look like someone's praying or anything. I don't really understand. If someone else knows why it's specifically F, I would have made it R. Type R to pay respects.
Right, respect.
But why type F? I don't know. Maybe someone who's listening to this podcast can tell us.
Perhaps. So, I don't know. But now that we have done sort of our background on the history of Strollo's Lighthouse, and we've heard about different locations, we can talk about the signature dishes and then get into our experience.
Mm-hmm.
So, of course, the main event, the signature dish that you probably go to Strollo's for, is the homemade Italian ice dispensed through soft serve machines. Because that's like a unique thing. I've never seen it anywhere else, and again, I have many, many pictures. It makes it look just so aesthetically pleasing.
And it's obviously working really well because there's something special about this Italian ice.
It's so good, guys. It's really, really high quality Italian ice. And what's nice about Strollo's is they have your like 10-ish standard flavors that they have. So they have your lemon, your cherry, mango, I think was there, blue raspberry, right? Like, they have your staples that they always have. But they also have unique rotating flavors, some of which that I saw on their website can include cantaloupe, which
Ew.
I've never... Ew!
What? I don't like cantaloupe.
Well, that's just sad.
Well, you're allergic to it. So
I can't have it. You don't like it. We'll never know about the cantaloupe.
I mean, maybe we can ask for a sample.
I can't.
Well, I will. I will bite the bullet. I will sample the cantaloupe.
All right.
Eventually.
Fine. Kiwi, strawberry, lime, and pina colada.
I want to try the lime.
I would love to try the lime. I want pina colada personally. I think that would be really good.
I bet you that they'll put real coconut in there.
Mm-hmm. Probably, and pineapple.
Oh, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, it would be really hard to put real coconut get real coconut anything out of it because of the fact it goes through a soft serve machine.
Yeah, I mean, they could put real coconut milk or real coconut juice or whatever.
Yeah.
Not like the shavings, though.
Otherwise, it would just get stuck in the machine.
It wouldn't be good. They would need it to be smooth.
They would have to clean the machines every other minute.
Yeah.
All right.
But in addition to the Italian ice, we also have soft serve coming out of soft serve machines.
Yes.
Do you want to tell us about our...
We have chocolate, pretty bog standard, and vanilla to go along with that. Strawberry. Is strawberry soft serve a common thing? Because I've never heard of it.
I don't know. I don't know if it's common.
Because before we started this podcast, I was never really...
Paying attention?
Paying attention to any soft serve other than chocolate and vanilla. Like, I didn't even know there was, soft serve for anything other than chocolate and vanilla.
Either. And I have to tell you, now that I know that that's an option, I'm so excited to try some of the places on our list that have, unique soft serve flavors.
Uh-huh.
Because I won't name names, but there is a place on our list. Now, I don't like black raspberry. But...
Really?
I really don't. But
what's on the...
They have this place that shall remain nameless has a black raspberry soft serve.
Well, we need to go there.
And it's so pretty. Somebody posted a picture on their Instagram of the cone, and it's purple, and it's...
Cone is purple?
No, the swirl is purple, and it's in a waffle cone. But it's it's so, again, the aesthetics, guys. It's so pretty. Half of why I choose ice cream places is because of the aesthetics.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm a very aesthetically driven guy.
As am I.
But strawberry. Let's see. There are also rotating flavors of pistachio, cookie butter, Nutella, peanut butter, and more. Wow, that's a lot of... I think that has the most amount of soft serve options that we've ever seen in a store.
Yeah, but the issue is they don't have all of them all the time.
Consistently.
Right, it's kind of a similar thing back in the Nicholas Creamery era of this podcast, which was only 2 episodes ago, where you go and you don't exactly know what is available that day.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? I have no doubt in my mind that I would be obsessed with the Nutella soft serve,
Oh, I bet you would.
But I have no clue when it's available or when it, and as far as I know, this particular place does not have an app. You'd probably have to call.
I was about to say, we could probably just call up and ask.
Yeah.
Like, if they know when they're going to do it or if they're doing it now.
Right.
Or both.
But this is why I follow all the ice cream places on social media, because usually they'll post, like, new flavor or limited time flavor or blah, 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 blah flavor. Like, this is what's coming out kind of thing.
Right.
That's how I learned about the Jersey Horn at Nicholas.
Yes, the Jersey corn that you're still so obsessed with. And,
I think they're
and you're so sad that they're out of it.
I think it's gone now, officially.
Sadness.
It's only been 2 episodes. Like, I don't know even how to explain that. It hasn't been that long, and it's already sold out, like, forever for the season.
Yeah, I was about to say, it's not forever. You just gotta wait a little while.
A year, Paul. It's a long time.
That is true. It is like 100th of our lives. A 70th of your life if you're American. Oh, it's a 70th of our life. Ugh. Anyway.
That was a little bit of a darkness hole for a second there.
Well, sometimes I fall down those holes. You know me.
Don't we all? So yeah, other than the soft serve, they they can make different things with the soft serve, including shakes and sundaes. They also have root beer floats, which I think is fun. One of the Italian ice flavors they had yesterday, and I don't know if it's an always flavor or a sometimes flavor, but they had root beer ice. So
I bet you that it's one of those temporary ones.
You think?
I think so.
Yeah. I don't know, but I think it's cool to have root beer ice that you could then put with vanilla.
Like vanilla soft serve on top of it to create a root beer float kind of taste?
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet that's really good.
It probably is really good.
You should have gotten that.
Well...
But I don't drink soda, so I wouldn't
Next time. Because it's not like I'm... Spoiler alert, guys, we're definitely going back.
Okay, even after the podcast.
Even after the podcast. It's so good. And then they also have something called a hurricane, which is their soft serve, whipped together with toppings mixed in. Once again, I'm equating a lot of things to the Dairy Queen Blizzard.
I was going to say like a Twister.
No.
Isn't a Twist...
Twister is from Ralph's, and that's like a gelati.
Oh, okay. Well,
it's hard to keep all the names intact in my brain, too.
Yeah, like, we need to create, like, a big old spreadsheet.
Yeah.
With just, like, the words hard ice cream, soft ice cream, gelato, shakes, and then... Like, that's on the left side, and the top side will be, like, the names of all the places. And then we just, like,
what they're called in each place.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, well, it'll be...
I'll print that out and put it on, like, plaster it on the wall, like a poster.
We can try to make it eventually.
Yes.
It'll be something.
Maybe I feel like...
If we ever make merch, maybe we should make that a poster.
That's a pretty good idea, and then we can make, like... Version 1 with, like, Season 1 ice creams, and then Version 2 with Season 2 ice creams.
I love this plan.
Alright.
But future stuff.
Yeah.
We're nowhere near that right now.
We're not part of the cool kids group yet, but we have plans to get there.
We're getting there. We're going to keep podcasting no matter what, because there is ice cream to be had.
Yes.
Speaking of what we had...
Oh, we're done? What about Sundays?
I said Sundays.
Well, alright. You might have mentioned it, but you didn't really go into details.
You can also get sundaes.
Okay.
At Strollo's, using soft serve ice cream, and I'm assuming some kind of fudge or caramel topping, and probably a cherry.
Did they have bananas? Probably not, right?
I don't remember. Hang on. I don't usually remember because I can't eat them, and it makes me sad.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
But let me tell you now.
Like usual, I'm always just interested in, like, what they will do to, like, in terms of, like, adding real flavors in. Not real flavors, real fruit.
Fudge, caramel, strawberry sauce, walnuts, the dip.
Oreos, all the toppings.
No bananas.
No bananas. But what I did see up there, which is something that I was going to get yesterday, but they didn't have any of, they have the dips. The hard dips.
They only have chocolate and peanut butter, though.
Oh.
They don't have cherry on their options.
Except that they have it in the pitcher, which
strawberry sauce. Oh.
Well, then I should have gotten that.
Well, you live and you learn.
I lived, I learned, and I cry now. All right. Now, as you were saying, we're going into what we ordered. So, do you want to start us off?
Sure. So the first time we went is actually, so it's funny that we mentioned Nicholas Creamery, because we ended up going to Strollo's of Red Bank while we were down there doing our air quotes research
Right.
for Nicholas when we went to Nicholas Barrel and Roost for lunch, and then we went to Strollo's
Because it's right there.
of Red Bank for dessert, because it's literally right there. It's super close, less than 5 minutes away. So if you're in the Red Bank area, you should hit. It's a lovely afternoon. Lunch at Nicholas, dessert at Strollo's, boom, done.
Yes.
But because it was our first time, and I didn't pre-game by looking at the menu like I usually do. I didn't do as much research as I should have. I went with my tried and true, my main man, Mango.
Main man, Mango.
Main man, go.
Yeah. Okay.
Anywho, but it was really good. I got mango Italian ice. It came in the pretty cup. It was all swirly as it comes out of the machine, and it's just like really solid.
It looks really nice. Like, it's just aesthetically, because of the fact that it comes out of that soft serve machine, all their Italian ices has that same soft serve look to it.
Mm-hmm. It has that little swirl. It's really pretty, and it's like a nice vibrant orange color.
Mm-hmm.
And the consistency of it, like, I know we're not in the creaminess consistency section necessarily, but just the texture of this Italian ice.
Oh.
Is phenomenal. The only place that even comes close to it is Frozen Flavors. And I would argue that Strollo's ice has a better texture than Frozen Flavors. It's close. I'm not saying it's not close.
When you were talking earlier
really
before,
good.
and I had a second to think about it, I'm still trying to figure out which one is better in my mind.
You can't make a choice?
I can't make a choice. Like, we talked about it extensively yesterday when we were sitting in front of Strollo's, and I was trying to figure out which one is better. And what it came down to in my mind was Strollo's has a better texture, and it's very icy. So much so that I gave myself brain freeze like 3 times yesterday.
That's true. It is something about it, maybe because of how soft it is, and it goes down so easy, so you eat faster. I don't know. But we were getting brain freeze left and right.
Yeah.
The both of us. And I don't usually brain freeze myself.
And I think... And the good thing about Frozen Flavors is the variety of flavors and the consistency. Like, if I wanted... Strollo seems to be consistent with blue raspberry. Like, it seems to always be there. Or at least it has been there the last 2 times that I've been there. Oh, so it is there.
Yeah.
Okay. And then really it's consistency versus like it's like the consistency of them having the flavors I want versus the consistency of the actual ice cream. So I would say that Strollo's has a better consistency of Italian ice. I don't really think that anyone could probably like fight me on that. It's really solid, but Frozen Flavors has the 2 flavors that I really like all the time. So it's kind of like I would probably go. Well, also, you know, we're really close to Frozen Flavors, so they're both really, really good. If we're in the mood for like something out of the ordinary, we're like out and about, I'd probably choose Strollo's. But if we're just like, we're at home and we want to go get ice cream, then I would probably choose Frozen Flavors. Like, it depends on what I'm looking for. If I'm in an adventurous mood, I'll go with Strollo's. If I'm in for, I want what I want and I know it's good, then I'm going to go for Frozen Flavors.
That's fair. But the good news, again, me being the basic bee that I am, mango seems to be an always flavor here as well as Strollo's.
Side note, real quick, we should put that on a shirt. Basic B.
Basic B for mango ice.
Yes.
I love that for me. Yeah. Anywho, the mango ice, fantastic, really good. I loved every bite. I took a funny picture in the car after with my orange tongue. The thing about Strollo's is there is no hiding that you had ice cream. Or rather, if you get the Italian ice, because we have a picture of you and your blue raspberry tongue as well.
Did I have blue raspberry lips also?
Oh yeah, there's no hiding it. If you go to Strollo's, you have to either just get like regular soft serve, or just be ready to tell everyone at home that you got ice cream without them, because there's no way to hide the evidence.
Or you just bring some home for them.
Or that too,
If you're a nice person.
If you're nice. Depends. But, so that was the mango ice, and then it was really good. Had a lovely time. Wasn't terribly expensive. I think, again, maybe it was like $11 that day.
For both of us.
For both of us.
Yes, not just the one.
No.
That would be crazy.
For together. And it's a decent amount of ice that we got. Now, flash forward.
Oh, and the first time we went, we didn't know that gelatos were even a thing, or gelatis. So, we didn't get any soft serve.
Right, we didn't try the soft serve the first time. We only got Italian ice.
Yes, as she said before, she didn't do her research. I mean, go on, honey. Go, tell them.
You have 2 non-broken thumbs and a phone that connects to the internet also.
Well, you know what? I'm always editing.
I swear this is funny banter and no one's actually angry.
No.
Just so you guys are aware.
No, most people can't tell when I'm joking to begin with.
Well, that's why I'm making sure the audience knows.
Oh.
But anyway.
Yes.
So that was that. And then flash forward to this time, I was like, okay, definitely going to get something with soft serve involved. Mm-hmm. But I was in a issue of I don't know what flavor to get. Because they have, your 10 to 12 standard flavors that they have. They had a rotating soft serve flavor. Their flavor of the week or whatever was coconut, which is not really my big favorite in terms of flavors, so I didn't end up getting that.
I would have tried that just for the sake of it. But go on.
But you didn't.
I didn't know about it. Wait, this was yesterday?
Yes! You read it on the sign!
I may have read it out loud, but I didn't process it.
That's another shirt. I may have read it, but I didn't process it. Anywho, so we tried a couple samples, which is also nice. They will let you sample the Italian ice if you're not sure what you're going to do. Tried the pistachio ice, which I didn't think would be a thing in existence. Mm-hmm. Very good, nice flavor, very pretty color as well.
And I think I enjoyed it more than you, right?
Yes, you ended up getting it. I didn't get it from my order. Mm-hmm. And then the second one we tried was peanut butter Italian ice. Again, not a thing I thought would exist, but oh my god, was that thing peanut butter-y. Yeah,
that was like unmistakably peanut butter. Wow. Yeah, even you may even say too peanut buttery.
I would say too peanut buttery, because here's the thing. If they had, like...
What was it,
a soft serve or a different flavor, you know what I mean? Like, they have rotating flavors of soft serve and stuff. If they had, like, well, they do have strawberry all the time. I should have gotten strawberry.
You done messed up.
I done messed up.
You're going to have to go back.
What? Next time I go back, I get strawberry soft serve and peanut butter ice, and I'm making myself a peanut butter and jelly ice cream sundae. But that's neither here nor there. I didn't do it, and it was a mistake. But the peanut butter ice, very peanut buttery.
And you're judging me because I didn't go with the coconut.
Clearly we're just bad at this.
Yeah, we suck.
Apparently. But all of this, I ended up getting 2 flavors and vanilla soft serve in a big cup together. I had a swirl of mango, a swirl of orange, and the vanilla soft serve. And I have to tell you folks, like, the mango was good as per usual. This orange flavor,
like we talked about before,
hands down, the most orange flavored thing I've ever had. It was almost more authentic tasting than an actual orange. Like, it was so
ridiculous
good. It just tasted like I was eating an orange out of the fridge.
So you would say, without a doubt, this is the best orange flavored ice cream you've ever had?
Yes.
Yeah, I'd agree with that too. Because even if it doesn't actually have orange bits in it, like I usually look for in my ice cream, the flavor was so unmistakably real fresh oranges. There is no way they made this with artificial flavors of any type.
No, definitely. They clearly made real, like it was real.
Yeah, they mashed some oranges. They liquefied them and they put them into the mix. Like, it was so orangey. It was ridiculous. I really want to try the lemon now, because I bet it was really good.
Me too. We gotta go back for lemon.
Mm-hmm. Well, we're close enough. We can do it pretty easily. And did you tell them about, like... Well, I'm sure they've seen it in the pictures thus far, but what about, like, how the appearance of the gelati? Because I was very impressed by that.
It's beautiful. So you have the big round cup, and they do a soft serve swirl on one side of your one flavor. Then they do another one if you choose a second flavor, and then they do your soft serve, and it's like a triangle of deliciousness. I've even seen, like, I guess you can get up to 4 in one cup, because the cup is fairly large. If you look on the website, and I'll include a photo from the website, you can have 4 towers, essentially.
You can?
In one.
How come we didn't get 4?
Because we didn't ask.
Alright, we need to really make sure we do that research next time.
We gotta do this better.
Well, this is like the only time we haven't done the research, right?
Pretty much.
Yeah. We dropped the cone this time, people.
Well, we're 40 minutes in. It's obviously time to start this podcast over, right? We delete the whole thing.
All right, so we'll have to go back, delete the whole thing, go back, and then try it again.
Yep. Hello and welcome to Scoop. No, I'm kidding.
Cut that out.
Fine. Why don't you talk about what you ended up ordering?
All right, so both the first time and the second time that I went, I got the blue raspberry ice, which probably wasn't that great for the whole sake of diversity, but it's pretty good ice. I mean... And
you love blue.
And I love blue, the blue SIBO effect. We got to make a t-shirt for that.
It's another shirt.
Yes, it's got to put in another shirt for the blue SIBO effect. So I went with the blue raspberry. I liked it. God, it's so hard. I'm trying to figure out, like, which one is better. I'm still debating in my head which one is better between frozen flavors, blue raspberry, and then...
Just don't even. Focus on Strollo's from now.
All right.
How was Strollo's blue raspberry?
Fantastic.
Okay.
It was really good. As we've talked about before, the consistency was great. I would kind of describe the consistency of their Italian ice to be like slushy consistency, but thicker. Would you agree with that?
I could see what you're saying. Like, it melts in your mouth like a slushy, but you could still eat it with a spoon. It's not melting all over the place. And something else about going back to the soft serve, which we'll talk about in a second.
Oh, I think I know what you're about to say.
Together, as far as, like, obviously we hate when things melt super fast and get all over us. This did not happen with Strollo soft serve.
I don't know, like, they must be keeping it really, really cold.
It was very thick, and it almost reminded me of the custard from Rita's. I'm not sure. It doesn't say custard on their website. It does say soft ice cream.
You know what I bet it was?
But who knows?
I bet it was coming out of those soft serve machines. The fact that they're constantly churning makes it so that they can keep them even colder than they would normally keep it. So, it probably, like... I don't know.
Maybe, I don't know.
It's just a guess. But that ice cream didn't melt.
But it was good, and it didn't melt very fast, and it had like a nice thicker consistency to it.
Yeah, I thought that they must have added like some amount of soft serve into the actual Italian ice, just because of the fact that it wasn't melting as fast as I thought it would. Really solid. So, along with the blue raspberry, we only got on its own the first time because, as we mentioned, we went in there, we didn't do any research, and then the second time around, we didn't do research again, but whatever. I also got the pistachio because we taste tested it, and I liked it more, and it's green, and I think I just have a problem with getting gelatis that are both blue and green. It was my only option to, like, fulfill that. Because there was no green apple.
Yeah, it seems like every time you get Italian ice, you pick a blue flavor and a green flavor. It could be, like, Listerine and grass, and I feel like you would still pick them.
Absolutely.
They're blue and green.
Yes, blue and green. That is my two things. I don't usually have pistachio very much. I used to like pistachio ice cream a lot as a kid. And, so I thought, hey, try some pistachio along with the blue raspberry, and I did. I will not say that those two flavors go together particularly well, but they were both really good on their own.
And again, back to, if we're talking about aesthetics, they were pretty. It was a pretty bowl you had there.
as we were talking about this before yesterday, we were talking about the fact that would you say you like the aesthetics of these bowls more than like your typical gelatis?
I do. Yeah. I think I like how this looks, and I also like how, like, you said you prefer the layers,
and
right?
That's what I was going to say.
Like the soft serve on the bottom, ice, soft serve on the top situation.
Yes, I prefer the stratification.
I liked this better.
Yes, you like it horizontally
next to each other, and I could take a bite of off the top of the soft serve, and then a bite of mango, and then a bite of this, and I could mix it if I wanted, or I could eat them all as separate entities.
Yeah, I mean I get that, but I like the stratification typically that you would find in normal gelatis, like one big plastic cup, soft serve on the bottom, and then I always go with the 2 different layers of Italian ice and then soft serve on the top. So
yeah,
that's my preference, but you like this more.
I did like this more.
It's definitely an interesting way of selling it.
I would agree. And I think it's not only is it aesthetically nice, but like I said, for functional purposes of eating it, like, you can eat them separate, you can eat them mix a bite of each at each different time. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, you have all the control.
You do.
Yes. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just nostalgia, but I prefer the way that typical, like, your traditional gelatis, like, look with them vertically oriented. But as we also said, back to the flavors that we've tasted, the vanilla soft serve, really good.
Very good soft serve.
I wouldn't say it is the best soft serve we've ever had. Typically, I'm not sure what it is, but I like the flavor of the soft serve from Frozen Flavors a little bit more. But also Rita's beats both of them because I feel like Rita's specialization is soft serve.
Well, they're custard, not soft serve. Technically.
I mean, they both look the same. Technically fine. But I really enjoy the soft serve from Strollo's. I think that they're, like, high quality, like, towards the top of the list. If not S, like, right below the S and the A. How would you rank their soft serve?
Just the soft serve?
Yeah, just the soft serve by itself.
Probably lower on the S side.
But still on the S side.
A low S. And I'll say this because I only tried the vanilla, and as you guys know by now, I'm a chocolate fiend, not a vanilla person. So
it's hard for you to gauge it.
It's hard for me to fully judge it because I'm like, it was good, but it was still vanilla. So I'm just
we're gonna have to go at least twice now. Twice more because you're going to have the peanut butter ice cream with the strawberry soft serve and along with
chocolate.
Unless we just get like a small thing of chocolate.
I wish that they would stop opening the garage while we're trying to record.
Yeah, well, unless we open up the window and scream down to them, but that wouldn't.
All right, so we're gonna start over again. Ready? Hello and welcome.
Stop it.
Alright, we're closing in on the end here. So, we've talked about the creaminess and consistency, I think, enough with both the ice and the soft serve.
Mm-hmm.
Both of them really soft, smooth, delicious, lovely textures.
Yes, the Italian ice, though, as we said, is out of this world in terms of consistency and the flavor, and the few flavors they do have, really, really good.
Done well.
Yes, they're like artisans for their particular specializations.
Right, there is something to be said about picking a limited menu and doing it well.
Yes.
Instead of like having 57 flavors and
they're all average.
Like for example, don't get me wrong, I enjoyed our experience at Ralph's, but I wouldn't get the Malibu Bay Breeze flavor again. It wasn't that good.
Yes.
It was meh at best.
And every time you go there, you fall into like some deep choice paralysis to depression.
Right. I'm indecisive at the best of times. I was indecisive at Strollo's, and there's not that many options.
Mm-hmm.
So it's
but it definitely cut down the choice time.
It's true. It made it a lot easier. So the flavors really done well. Wonderful experience. The atmosphere and location is great too because they have like Both places actually had little outside seating areas that you could sit by. Little umbrellas. It was a nice day yesterday.
One had a better parking lot than the other, but yeah, ignoring that.
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't even the parking lot. The parking lot was basically the same. It was the location, how busy the area was.
Right, because one is in a more quiet neighborhood and one is not.
Mm-hmm.
But, say la vie.
Yes. Minimal kind of complaint.
Right, it's not even a complaint, really. It's more of just an observation.
Right.
But we had a lovely time. Both places we went. The Belford location has the outdoor seating, which was really cute and comfortable and quiet. It was like a nice little area. And then we talked briefly about the price. The first time it was like maybe $10, $11. The second time for sure, because we just went, we know for a fact it was $11.50, which is super reasonable.
Especially with like them just adding soft serve. Like, the first time we only got straight up Italian ices, and then the first time we went, we got the Italian ices straight up, and the second time we went, we got the gelati. So it was only like that small difference, and it was only an extra $150. Would you say?
Yeah,
to like the entire order price. So I personally would say that Is it on par with Frozen Flavors?
It's cheaper. Actually, it was because our usual order at Frozen Flavors runs between $12 and $13.
All right.
And this was cheaper than that.
And would you say we got as much ice cream?
I would.
Okay. And again, that's probably because of their like predilection towards specialization. Like, maybe the fact that they specialize in the few flavors that they do allows them to like charge less for them.
Right, because they don't have to buy 75 different flavor options and have, Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, that's probably the reason. So yeah, their costs really good. If you like what they're selling, if you like the flavors that they're selling on that particular day, then Strollo's is definitely the better choice for you.
I think I'm going to have another problem ranking this, actually.
Let's look at the tier list, because I'm having difficulty, because we decided yesterday, didn't we?
We did. We kind of had a thought yesterday of where it should be in the tier list. And I gotta tell you, the more we talk on this episode... the
more that just gets completely thrown out the window?
My mind. So the tier list as we have it, this is what it is. At this point, it should be on your screen if you're watching the video version of this.
Uh-huh. So we got Frozen Flavors in S, and Ryan's right behind it. And then in A, we have Nicholas Creamery, Carvel, and Ralph's. And then, well, you can see this too, so there's no reason for me to like be saying it out loud, but just for the finish air, Rita's is in B along with Cold Stone. So it's definitely either going to be S or A.
I would agree with that.
Okay. But where would you go from there?
I'm having a hard time because I feel like I don't know if it's better than Nicholas Creamery, but it's different than Nicholas Creamery.
Mm-hmm.
But the ice, I think, might be better than Frozen Flavors, but I don't think the whole experience is better than Frozen Flavors.
You see, this is when tier lists start to get really difficult.
It's rough out here, guys.
Yeah, Frozen Flavors and Strollo's sell similar products. Frozen Flavors has some more options, though. Doesn't Frozen Flavors have, like...
They have more stuff, yeah.
And they have, like... Don't they have cakes and stuff and sandwiches in the Middletown?
You can get ice cream cakes and stuff.
So, I would say that they have that extra option, which at least put them at least a little bit higher over. And they also have the bubble cones.
Yeah.
So I would personally put Frozen Flavors above Strollo's because they have more options, and those options are really good. Like bubble cones.
Would it be fair to say that Strollo's belongs in the same league as Frozen Flavors and Ryan's?
You see, when I was like I think we talked about this a little bit either last week or the week before, but I was thinking, like, we can't do it indefinitely, but, like, one Italian ice place per rank, like, tier.
Well, by that logic, we would have to boot Rita's down to C.
Yeah.
And then boot Ralph's to B, and that's not happening.
No, it's not happening. So I think we have to just throw that, like, choice out the window. I mean, like, that choice,
organization.
Rule out the window.
My gut is saying here.
At the end of S tier?
At the end of S tier.
Yes, we're pointing to the end of S tier.
I'm pointing because,
because me and her are looking at it.
We're here in the flesh. I think after Ryan's, because it doesn't have as much stuff as Ryan's to choose from, but still as good as, if not...
If we're talking about the quality of the things they have compared to the places that we've already judged, it's damn high on the list. So you would say that Strollo's is better than Nicholas Creamery? I would definitely agree with that personally, because as I said before, I didn't find a flavor that absolutely, like, throttled me.
I would, because I think the thing about Nicholas Creamery is a lot of their creamery classics are fine, but there's nothing amazing
and there's
on their
so many.
list. But at Strollo's, the things that they have all the time include the orange, the mango, the cherry,
the blue
raspberry. Even I looked when we were just talking, we were questioning the root beer. The root beer is an all-the-time flavor.
Is. Okay.
So,
and did you notice on the bottom there, it said call for availability? So they're expecting people to actually call.
Yep.
So we should be doing that.
And ask what the flavors, like the specialty flavors are.
Yes.
So yes, I think are we landing at the back of S tier now?
I think that's appropriate, the back of S tier. Because
okay.
Also, if you look at it, Nicholas Creamery and Carvel are right next to each other anyway, and they're both hard ice creams.
Yeah.
So
we're gonna have overlap because there's just so many places.
Yeah. So I locking it in, folks. I'm saying, at least for me, Strollo's Lighthouse is at the back of S tier after Ryan's.
Strollo's Lighthouse, back of S. Final answer.
Yes. Da-da-dum.
Da-na-na. Okay. And Regis comes out and says, that's the correct answer. Anyway.
Yes.
So we have made it to the end of yet another episode of Scooped Podcast. This was episode 8. Thank you, as always, for listening to this...
Rambling?
Something.
This is something.
As for Strollo's, everyone. Okay. Remember, if you haven't already done so, to please follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube, or Spotify. Ah, look at us upgrading.
Yeah. My brain shut down for a second.
What just happened to you?
I don't know. All I was going to say is, like, we didn't upgrade, we just expanded.
Okay.
I mean, it's not like we're going to stop doing YouTube.
Is it more than we had before?
Yes.
Then it's an upgrade.
Dang, you're right.
Dang. Anywho, so using the handle @Scoop Podcast on Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. Follow us on Spotify by looking up Scooped Podcast. Be sure to follow, like, and subscribe so you can always know where to go for your frozen favorites. And remember to tune in next week for a review of a very popular chain with an incredibly famous winter-themed signature dish.
Yes.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
We'll find out next week. Alright, thank you guys for listening. Have a great rest of your day.
Yes, thank you for listening, watching, both. Definitely not neither, otherwise you wouldn't be hearing me.
True.
Right. Alright, bye.
Bye.